everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name's Alexa Ray. For today's video, I thought it'd be kind of fun to sit down with you guys and show you all the recent books that I've bought or have been sent to me from publishers. I have a pretty heavy stack and I'm so excited because some of these books have been on my TBR list for way too long and I finally have my hands on them. I just have some really great and exciting reads, so we are gonna jump right into this video and talk about all the new books I got. I just want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Skillshare. If you're not familiar, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. Skillshare is a great way to invest in yourself and your personal growth. Their benefits include, but are not limited to, ad-free, so you can stay in the zone while you're exploring new skills, new premium classes that are launched every single week, so there's always something new to discover and learn, and their entire catalog is now available with subtitles in Spanish, French, Portuguese, and German. For myself personally, I've been using Skillshare lately to learn more when it comes to Final Cut Pro and editing. As a YouTuber, it's a pretty important part to know how to edit and make your videos look aesthetically pleasing. From learning how to edit more quickly, since editing can take so long, all the way down to specific parts of editing, such as color grading. I've slowly been getting into the color grading world, trying to mess around with different filters and how I want my videos to look. The video I found most helpful for color grading on Skillshare is Color Grading from Beginner to Advanced in Final Cut Pro by Miles Fernley. He's a BBC published videographer. This video is a pretty long one. It's about 3 hours long. I don't always sit down for the entire 3 hours and watch the video, and the cool thing about Skillshare is that it's actually sectioned off into different chapters in the video, so if you're looking for a specific part or a specific segment in this video, you can actually just scroll through the chapters and click on what you're looking for. This is a really cool one because he basically starts at the very beginning and gives you a tour of Final Cut Pro and basic tools for it, and then he slowly gets into telling you about the color wheels, the color curves, hue curves, all the different ways you can mess with your video and coloring. I definitely recommend checking out Skillshare, and the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description or my code will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. With all that being said, let's jump into the video. Here is the stack of new books that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys today. I'm so excited! I have 10 books here that we're gonna go through, talk about, just kind of have fun with today. I thought it'd be fun to do a more chill video and just talk about the new books that I've gotten. I know most of these are recs from you guys. Thank you so much to everyone who has recommended me these amazing books. I absolutely love reading what you guys love to read, and I love sharing my opinions and views on these books with you, so make sure to comment down below any book recs you may have for me. The first book I'm gonna start with is actually the sequel to another book I recently read and am absolutely obsessed with. This is The Hawthorn Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the sequel to the Inheritance Games, and then there is a third book coming out this August, and I think that is The Final Gambit. This is the sequel to the Inheritance Games. I recently finished the Inheritance Games, and I did do a reading vlog. I don't know if it will be up before or after this, but wow, guys, I am so obsessed with it. I was totally blown away going into it. I didn't know if I would like it and if it'd be my type of style, because I am a heavy romance reader on my channel. If you're new here, I do read a lot of romance, maybe too much. So going into it, I was a little iffy, and I was just, wow, I was blown away within like a few chapters. I was just sucked in. I finished it within a day, I believe. It is one of my favorite books ever, and you know, it's one of those books that you wish you could reread for the first time again because it was just that good, and I just want to feel those feelings over again. I'm obsessed. I really hope they make like a movie or a show out of it because I would lose it, okay? So anyways, this is The Hawthorn Legacy. This is the second book in the series, and I'm so freaking excited to be reading this. As soon as I finished the Inheritance Games, I immediately went out and bought this. I'm actually going to be starting this very soon. Let me know if you guys would like to see this as a reading vlog. I'm thinking I'm probably going to do a reading vlog for it because I'm just so like obsessed with this series. I'm gonna read the back for you guys. You weren't just a part of their game. Xander replied, of course you weren't. The old man's mind didn't operate that way. He didn't just choose you for them. Them being Grayson and Jameson, their game being the one we'd already solved. He left you a game too, I said slowly. It was the only thing that made sense. Nash had warned me once that their grandfather had, in all likelihood, never intended me to be a player. I was the glass ballerina or the knife, a part of the puzzle, a tool. I narrowed my eyes at Xander. No matter the old man's intentions, I wasn't here to be used. Oh, I'm so excited. Cannot wait for the third one to come out this summer because I know I'm gonna be obsessed with it. The next book I picked up is another book in a series, and it is the Bridgerton series. If you're not familiar, Bridgerton is just taken over almost everyone's life, honestly. It is a huge Netflix TV show that everyone's obsessed with. I'm obsessed with the book series as well, and I did pick up the third book in the series to hopefully read before the third season comes out next year. This is An Offer from a Gentleman, and it is Benedict's story. The first book was The Duke and I, and it told the story of Daphne and the Duke. The second book in the second season that just came out was Anthony's story, The Viscount Who Loved Me. That was just, wow. I think it was honestly so much better than the first one, and I was blown away. So I decided to pick up the third book in the series and read about Benedict's story. He is the next Bridgerton in line to find love and steal our hearts, per usual. What I've gotten from this book so far is that it's kind of like a Cinderella type of vibe. Benedict is looking for his Cinderella, the perfect girl. He meets this beautiful girl one night, and then he never sees her again. She kind of disappears, and he's trying to figure out who she is, where she is, because he wants to be with her. It seems like the girl is like a housemaid or something. So like I said, it's kind of like a Cinderella story. And I just feel like this is so Benedict to want like the Cinderella story. I'm excited. Next up we have In 5 Years by Rebecca Surley. This was a huge book rec on my channel. This is a Good Morning America book club pick. Danny lives her life by the numbers. She's nothing like her lifelong best friend, the wild, whimsical, believes in fate Bella. Danny's meticulous planning seems to have paid off after she nails the most important job interview of her career and accepts her boyfriend's marriage proposal in one fell swoop, falling asleep completely content. But when she awakens, she's suddenly in a different apartment with a different ring on her finger and besides a very different man. Danny spends exactly 1 hour 5 years in the future before she wakes again in her own home on the brink of midnight. And it is 1 hour she cannot shake. In 5 Years is an unforgettable love story, but it is not the one you're expecting. This is gonna play with our emotions. It's gonna tug at our heart. I can already tell. In 5 Years, coming to a vlog near you. Next up we have The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. This I did share over on my Instagram story, but I never personally brought it over to my YouTube and talked about it. I picked this up a while ago. This is a huge rec on my channel, and I haven't read it yet because I'm a bit intimidated. A lot of people say that they loved it, but a lot of other people say that it was a slower read and they just didn't enjoy it. It seems like a fake dating trope. Catalina brings Aaron Blackford with her to a wedding. I love that it's abroad in Spain, so I think it's gonna be like a beautiful, cool, scenic read. I feel like I'm gonna love it just because of the fake dating trope and like the hate to love trope. I just want to share this one with you guys and let you know that I did pick it up. It's a huge rec on my channel and we will be reviewing it very soon, so stay tuned. Next up, 3 exciting books. You guys know, if you've been around for a minute, you know I'm a huge Colleen Hoover fan and the collection is growing. We have a lot of her books, but I decided the other day to pick up 3 more. I'm so excited because these 3 are highly recommended on my channel, so I'm excited to finally have them in my hands. Colleen Hoover books are generally quicker reads for me, so I think that's why I enjoy them so much, but they also are super captivating and I just love her writing overall. So the first one I have is Confess. Auburn Reed has lost everything important to her. In her fight to rebuild her shattered life, she has her goals in sight and there's no room for mistakes. But when she walks into a Dallas art studio in search of a job, she doesn't expect to find a deep attraction to the artist who works there, Owen. For once, Auburn takes a chance and puts her heart in control, only to discover that Owen is keeping a major secret from coming out. The magnitude of his past threatens to destroy everything Auburn loves most, and the only way she can get her life on track is to cut Owen out of it. To save their relationship, all Owen needs to do is confess, but in this case, the confession could be much more destructive than the actual sin. I'm excited! Okay, I'm gonna stop looking. The next book I have is Layla. This looks very mysterious. When Leeds meets Leia, he's convinced he'll spend the rest of his life with her until an unexpected attack leaves Layla fighting for her life. After weeks in the hospital, Layla recovers physically, but the emotional and mental scarring has altered the woman Leeds fell in love with. In order to put their relationship back on track, Leeds whisks Layla away to the bed and breakfast where they first met. Once they arrive, Layla's behavior takes a bizarre turn, and that's just one of the many inexplicable occurrences. Feeling distant from Layla, Leeds soon finds solace in Willow, another guest of the B&B, with whom he forms a connection through their shared concerns. As his curiosity for Willow grows, his decision to help her find answers puts him in direct conflict with Layla's well-being. Leeds soon realizes he has to make a choice because he can't help both of them. But if he makes the wrong choice, it could be detrimental for all of them. And then the last book I picked up by Colleen Hoover is Regretting You. This is another highly recommended book on my channel. A lot of people rave about this one. They say it's one of the best Colleen Hoover ones, but at the same time I also hear that it's people's least favorite. So I'm excited to see what this is all about and try it out. Morgan Grant and her 16-year-old daughter Clara would like nothing more than to be nothing alike. Morgan is determined to prevent her daughter from making the same mistakes she did. By getting pregnant and married way too young, Morgan put her own dreams on hold. Clara doesn't want to follow in her mother's footsteps. Her predictable mother doesn't have a spontaneous bone in her body. With warring personalities and conflicting goals, Morgan and Clara find it increasingly difficult to coexist. The only person who can bring peace to the household is Chris, Morgan's husband, Clara's father, and the family anchor. But that peace is shattered when Chris is involved in a tragic and questionable accident. Heartbreaking and long-lasting consequences will reach far beyond just Morgan and Clara. While struggling to rebuild everything that crashed around them, Morgan finds comfort in the last person she expects to, and Clara turns to the one boy she's been forbidden to see. With each passing day, new secrets, resentment, and misunderstandings make mother and daughter fall further apart. So far apart, it might be impossible for them to ever fall back together. This is gonna be crazy. The last 4 books I have to show you guys were actually sent to me from the publishing company Forever Publishing. They specialize in publishing romance novels such as Archer's Voice. I went book shopping a few weeks ago. I picked this book up and the next day Forever Publishing sent me this book in the mail and I was like, I just bought this book yesterday. This is such a popular book right now and I feel like it's just a sign that I need to read it. I've heard a lot that is the next big romance to be reading right now. I'm so excited to read this. I believe it's actually on my May TBR for this month, so stay tuned for this one. But the other 3 books they sent me are ones I have not shared yet on my channel. So the first one is How Sweet It Is by Dylan Newton, and this was sent to me by Forever Publishing. Seems like this is an opposites attract type of trope. Basically, Kate Sweet is a wedding planner and she puts together these beautiful fairy tale weddings. Drake Matthews is an author, but specifically of like thriller, scary books. They are completely opposites of the spectrum and it seems like they come together because opposites attract. This looks like a super cute book. I'm super excited to be reading it. The last 2 books they sent me are actually books that haven't been released yet, so I feel kind of special that I get to read these books before they're actually released into bookstores. So the first one is Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score. This is coming in June 2022. This was sent to me because I recently moved, so they thought this would be the perfect book read for me, which I think is absolutely adorable. Maggie Nichols is a house flipping YouTube star. She does that for a living. It looks like her love interest is Silas Wright, who is a landscaper, and it seems like their worlds come together. It seems like an opposites attract, love to hate type of trope. And then this one is Always Be My Duchess by Amali Howard. This is coming in July of 2022. I was sent this because of my very present obsession with Bridgerton on my channel. This also seems like an opposites attract, fake dating type of thing. You guys know I love my 1800s romances, my fairy tale princessy stuff. I just love to get lost in romances like that. Okay guys, that is all for my book haul. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed all these amazing books. I know I did. I hope you enjoyed hearing about all these cool books that I've recently picked up. I'm so excited. Let me know down below what books out of here that you want to see first, which ones you like, all that fun stuff. You guys know the routine. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up because it really helps me out and lets me know that you like these types of videos. You like my book hauls, my book reviews, my reading vlogs, all that fun book related content. And of course, don't forget to subscribe down below if you'd like to see more of me. I post weekly, guys. It's basically free entertainment every single week, so you might as well subscribe. I just want to say one more time, Thank you so much again to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget that the first 1,000 people to use my link on my description box or my code will get 1 month free trial. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video.